Good evening, race fans here, and welcome along to the Hardee's National Series here for the Round of California, also known as Auto Club Speedway here. Anthony Marchese on pole, looking to still try and find that first ever win in the series. Well, we've said that so many times before, and we'll say it again. Anthony Marchese on quite a dry streak in terms of finding victory lane. Pace car is off. Marchese and Dutta lead us down. 42 drivers set in stone, and the green flag waves were underway here at Auto Club. And already down to the bottom of the racetrack, Anthony Marchese trying to hold his line off of turn 2. Noah Hart goes to the middle, trying to thread the needle 3 wide. Off the second corner, Edward Ziemba files into the second place spot as the Rodriguez racing cars run 1 and 2, and now side by side for the race lead. Here comes Sean Perkins. Also down the bottom of the racetrack, you see those cars kind of washing up the hill, checking up. Here comes Perkins down the inside. Hart moves up to second. And there you see the two Toyotas now trying to run away from the rest of the pack. This track can be like a super speedway in the early stages of the race here. And tideway really doesn't kick in until probably about 10 laps into the run here. Jeffrey White though sliding up the racetrack 4 wide in the corner. Tim Fiegel also sliding up the hill as well. And you see all these drivers moving to and fro. Brandon Crest is on the hard charge of the 90 car. And that Roush Performance Machine, great start for the youngster here, for that young Canadian driver. And you see all the way down the bottom, Nicholas Carrera, Diego Yepes having that hybrid of a schedule. And car number 7, Ross Jackson, Jack Porkins. A lot of notables running near the front and near the mid-pack. And you see Justin Johnson off with a great start so far in car number 63 as the battle for the lead now rages on. Marchese to the outside, Hart to the inside. Noah Hart now looking for the race lead. Off of turn 2, let's see if he gets the nose off, but looks like Anthony Marchese gets the run off the corner. That Kellogg's machine just looking way quicker on the straightaways compared to that Fisher Motorsports number 12 car. Corey Williams files up to the top side. Dutta now blocks the bottom on Alex Benyacko. There's Jeffrey White still stuck in limbo near the middle of the pack. And there you see Bradley Bishop Jr. as well in car number 45. White shuts the door on him for just a moment. And here comes Jack Porkins and the others all coming into play here. Already some great racing near the front of the pack here, really all over the racetrack. As you really see these drivers really come forwards and backwards, as we said. So a lot of drivers will move their way forwards, as we said, and others will start to go a little bit backwards on the grid there. And Cody Lama certainly not liking what he's seeing at the moment, falling a little bit backwards in that 48 car stuck on the top side. And here they come off of turn 4 yet again, and so far so good here on lap number 4 out of 50. This race might go by quick if there's no yellow. Sean Perkins now to the point here in California. There you see his teammate Ian Dutta to second. Anthony Marchese files back behind near the top 10 area. Noah Hart gets shuffled way up into the marbles, and here comes John Hart to join in the fray. Jack Porkins, there's Hannah Allen, Peter Onjack, Tim Foster's moving his way forward in car number 27. How about that? Early on for the Monster Energy team, him and Julio Cesar running close together, and here they come off of turn number 4 yet again. And really, this field of cars just getting so aggressive here. Sean Perkins leads the way, and Dutta sits in that second spot. It's just how competitive this field is. And Perkins goes way up towards the top side. Dutta slides up the hill. Not much grip on that bottom line, I think, as people thought there would be. We might see more of that in the Sony Cup race, but Sean Perkins loses the lead away. Now does a crossover move to the inside of Ian Dutta, looking to try and take the spot yet again, trying to reclaim his prize. And the X-Side Batteries machine sends it all the way down to the bottom. Ian Dutta fights back on the top with Noah Hart and hot pursuit on the outside line. Here they come, and there's contact near the back. They're crashing right behind them. Jarek Gross, there is Carter Friesen. Oh, and then it looks like Ben Crouch has collected. Gatlin Downey and Vance Codwell all crash towards the front stretch, and the caution comes out for the very first time here on lap number 6 out of 50 as they start lap number 7. It's Ian Dutta that leads the way. We take a look at our first caution. See Conville just get into the corner panel of Jarrett Gross, and they just hook fenders into the path of Carter Friesen. Ross Jackson does a good job. Eric DeMax gets some front end damage out of it. James Ellison, no place to go. Ben Crouch, Gatlin Downey, and Cal Farrell gets a little snippet of the wreck there, but a lot of drivers with cosmetic damage. Vance Conville might be one of the few with the worst end of the stick. Carter Friesen and Eric DeMax, as well as Ben Crouch's front end, and that number 93 car, and that team has really struggled in terms of results, especially after the injury of Griffin Label McDermott, and certainly not going to really help their chances whatsoever. Back underway, Ian Dutta leads us down. Noah Hart sits in second, Art third, but you see drivers making their moves to the inside immediately. Bradley Bishop Jr. wanting to make it 3 wide on Cresta, and Corey Williams into turn 1. Porkins and Ziamba battling it out. There you see Justin Johnson. What a start for this 63 car so far in this race, running inside the top 20. Just what they need really run-wise. A lot of teams really that are new to the series really just need some good top 20 runs, or really in the top 30. Really got to set your goals realistically, and Justin Johnson's exceeding expectations in this number 63 car there. They basically took over the Redline Motorsports equipment, and look where they are right now. So far, so good. And Justin Johnson actually fending off a couple of big teams like Curtis Racing and Allen Family Racing Team here. Peter Onjak getting challenged by Cody Lamas. Lamas trying to do a crossover move down the bottom. Diego Yepes shoots his way towards the top side. There's Nicholas Carrera in car number 05. Ross Jackson trying to follow in suit. There's Garrett Sidner running here a little bit in the outskirts of the top 25 early. At the 62 car goes to the inside. Cal Farrell a little bit near the back as well. Lars Van Schaik's actually having a pretty solid run for the team they're in right now. So Chase Mark's really struggling with his race car. They're not sure what's behind the hood of that number 60 machine at the moment. William Brock also a little bit backwards as well, so they've got some work to do. 3 wide near the front half of the field here. That's just how aggressive these drivers are going to get, especially with those tires still into play here. Cresta going 4 wide. Chris Dunn shoved up the racetrack just a little bit there. And there you see the top 2 again, just kind of pulling away here. That's really what they want to see, because they can be able to save some tires if they're able to really prosper to the best of their abilities here. Sean Perkins, huge momentum off of turn number 4, coming towards the bumper of Anthony Marchese, goes all the way down to the bottom, shoots his car, trying to get the slipstream of Anthony Marchese, and now John Art's wanting to have a little piece of the action as he's going to try and look for the race lead. Into turn 1, Ian Dutta slides up the hill there. Arts also slides up the hill, and here comes Marchese back at him again. The 9 car just coming to life on that outside groove. Looks to be a very good short run car. And through the middle of the racetrack goes Jack Porkins in the peak antifreeze machine. In between Hardee and Benyacko, Yanko slides up the hill, way up into the marbles, and here comes the cavalry of cars, all coming in extremely hot. Right behind him, Justin Johnson on the bottom, Diego Yepes on the bottom as well. And there you see the Monster Energy cars back there. They're also wanting to join into the fray in this big pack of cars. These are all for track position, by the way, so this track really playing like super speedway right now based upon the tire compound so far in this race. So everybody's pretty clumped up together, so this could basically be a miniature Daytona or Talladega, and this might help the smaller teams like Joseph Sprigley Racing to really prosper here. So right now, the 63 cars he mentioned doing so good on the track, but as of right now though, Ian Dutta still leading the way. Sean Perkins in second, trying to go down to the inside, wanting to pull what Art did, maybe more successfully into the corner. Perkins sends it towards the bottom. Dutta still maintains his ground up top, and Sean Perkins looks to have the nose ahead, but Ian Dutta's gonna fight back on the outside. Here comes John Art as well, and really right now Ian Dutta's car looking very strong and clean air here in the early going in California. Field getting themselves fanned out off of turn number 4. Anthony Marchese, huge head of steam on the front stretch. Scott Roush right behind the back bumper of Dutta, goes down to the inside, and here comes Scott Roush looking for some redemption, trying to take the lead away, slides up the hill, and he's actually gonna get it off of turn 2. What a pass by Scott Roush, and now to the race lead goes car number 3, Ian Dutta, trying to do the crossover move down to the inside. Sean Perkins sticks his nose up top. Chris Dodd follows the 9 car, willing to help him out just a tad there. And here comes Scott Roush, full head of steam on the outside groove. That outside line just so strong. here on the racetrack, and you see Brandon Cresta following the draft of John Hart. Goes down to the inside there. Chris Dodd getting challenged by the 9 and the 1. Brandon Cresta, again, what a run for him so far, running in P7 and looking for more as he sends it underneath Chris Dodd. Couldn't get the corner there, had to check up, and that's going to cost him a bit of ground. Justin Johnson's on the hard charge in car number 63. They found the setup in this Dodge Challenger, and certainly putting the challenge on a lot of well-known names in the series. Certainly becoming likable underdogs here. May not have the best reputation in the Sony Cup Series, but they're certainly making a statement here in the Hardee's National Series. Monster Energy, another team, also trying to do the exact same thing. Shane Eves actually getting around Corey Williams. Travis DePire getting around Corey Williams, so that 14 car not looking great. The 11 car not looking great as well, so Curtis Racing a little bit off their game right now, as 3 of their cars are actually outside the top 20 as it seems. So that team's got a lot of work to do. So far, a rocky start to their 2020 campaign. And meanwhile, Sean Perkins, though, now wanting to make a move for the race lead himself. Sean Perkins definitely has one of the better cars in this race, but really there's not much you can do on the inside line. Scott Roush, though, able to really prosper off of turn 4. PJ Williams making a move down on the bottom, trying to make it 3 wide as well. It is a wide racetrack after all, so you can certainly find limitless boundaries here on the racetrack as long as you don't smack the inside or the outside wall here. And really, right now, Scott Roush looking solid and looking very good here at Auto Club. Issues for Garrett Sidner's car. His car has blown up, and a tough break for that 61 team. They were looking to just really survive the weekend, and they really had a pretty decent car to at least get some solid points, but that's certainly not going to be the occasion here. They're going to be knocked out of the race relatively early on here, or really close to the halfway point. Here comes Chris Dodd, huge head of steam off of 4, using the exit speed to his advantage, and look at John Hart committing right behind Chris Dodd, and 2 of the race winners so far this season teaming up on Scott Roush, and here comes John Hart making it 3 wide for the top spot here. Slides up the hill to turn 1, there's just no grip down there. And Chris Dodd's gonna be the top dog here, and the Dodge Challenger, that Waffle House Dodge for Allen Family Racing Team, yet again up to the point. Chris Dodd has been putting on a clinic here in the Hardee's National Series as he's now in the lead. Scott Roush sits second. Here comes Perkins, good run off the corner, looking for third. He's gonna get the run off that corner. He's gonna try and side draft John Hart for a brief moment there. Brandon Cresta has made his way into the top 5. There you see Anthony Marchese. There's Justin Johnson again, running his way forwards in this 63 car, making some gains here. William Brock, who was near the back half of the field, we mentioned him earlier, and we thought he'd be a little bit backwards here, but he's actually moved his way forwards. How about that for William Brock? Shane Eves is also in the charge, as well as Patrick Smith in car number 29. So a lot of those little teams are trying to pull the best impression they can to try and pull an underdog move. Cars already checking up. They're waiting to get around Carter Friesen in that 92 car. Friesen staying up high, but that's going to really hinder the progress of Noah Hart and Edward Ziemba for the time being. And look at them get passed one by one and all the way back towards the lead pack of cars. Hart and Ziemba are going to have to get up there ASAP if they want to get themselves in prime position for that race win. Hannah Allen struggling with her car. Jack Porkins has been kind of stuck in limbo back here, kind of stuck in that dirty air. It's so hard to pass. Your track position is key on the racetrack here. Cal Farrell, there is Chase Marks, and look at everybody else though, just all battling it out near the front half of the field. But Chris Dodd is your race leader here, trying to run away from the rest of the pack. Perkins waving his hand out the window. He's coming down pit lane this time. Here comes a good amount of the field. They're crashing right into turn 3 and 4. Hard contact into the wall. Jarek Gross is into the outside wall. Ross Jackson's collected. Jack Porkins, Chase Marks' car is destroyed. Caution's gonna fly out on the racetrack. And for a lot of drivers that were coming in, that actually might help them quite a tad here, because they might be the ones to be up front after this. But that's really gonna slow the field down. Chris Dodd leads the way, but it looked to be a crash due to a chain reaction in turns 3 and 4, and that's really gonna settle the field down. It looks like really after everybody pits, they're going to be good on gas, so they're going to be running it balls to the walls at the very end of this one. So look like Jared Gross is actually trying to come down pit lane, and Shane Eves is just right there, just clips the quarter panel of the 54, sends him sliding up into the path of Chase Marks, no place to go, and then Jack Porkins, innocent bystander, heavy contact into the outside wall. The safer barrier coming into play. Jared Gross then trying to commit to pit lane, and also just that suspension basically being damaged, losing steering in his car, and I think he miscalculated there, clips Ross Jackson, and the two of them go careening into the outside barrier. And then you see Chase Marks. We actually didn't stumble upon this until after we saw the footage and then watched the 55 car Gatlin Downey. Marks trying to come down, and Gatlin Downey just no place to go, was side by side with Vance Conwell, and certainly not the day Gatlin Downey certainly wanted to envision after this one, as well as Chase Marks and a couple of others that were swept up in the carnage. Back up through the gears they go. Sean Perkins with a great restart on rookie Brandon Cresta. Perkins is an experienced driver in this FBRL universe and certainly doing a splendid job. Great jump over the 90 car here, but let's see what Cresta will do. Will he get the slipstream of that number 99 car? Diego Yepes follows along on the bottom side, and the Fords around the top four certainly bring some representation for this team, for really the manufacturer itself, because here comes Brandon Cresta down to the inside, now wanting to take the race lead away, and it looks like he might be able to clear Sean Perkins off of turn 4, and Brandon Cresta in the number 90 car now looking to try and lead his very first few laps of the Hardee's National Series, and he gets it here, lap number 33 out of 50, and here comes Anthony Marchese down at the bottom of the racetrack, trying to send it underneath them, slides up the hill. Here comes Tim Fiegel down at the bottom of the racetrack, makes it 4 wide off of turn 2, as they immediately relegate down to the 3 wide area, and Diego Yepes now in a prime position, runs in second. Dutta and Perkins running 4th and 3rd respectively. Turner Performance having a field day so far this season, and really they haven't had that win yet, but it's so early to really bring that assumption, because here comes Ian Dutta back on the attack, goes all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. Cal Farrell, how about that for car number 31? That's really going to help them with the track position they're in right now. So Cal Farrell could have a very good day. And when you think about owners points for 2020, really for this season, once we get through the round of Iowa, they could be locked in with a splendid run like this, because runs like these are so huge because you can get so many points. As here he comes down to the inside of Tim Fiegel. Cal Farrell looks to be a speed demon, and that's by Optics number 31. Diego Yepes wanted to peek down at the bottom, but John Art's going to deny him, because here he comes putting the pressure on the youngsters up top. Ian Dutta's going to follow on suit. Noah Hart is starting to make his presence known in car number 12 yet again, as he tried to make a move on Cal Farrell, but to no avail. Anthony Marchese shuts the door in the 31. Diego Yepes down at the bottom of Brandon Cresta for 3rd. Sean Perkins stuck in limbo, kind of stuck near that middle groove, that inside line. And then you see Alex Benyacko in car number 8. Near the mid-pack, Jarrett Gross trying to really getting hustled around by a lot of drivers to and fro. Corey Williams, Cody Lamas, all getting around them. Corey Williams running a little bit outside that top 20 area, really that top 15 area. There's Shane Eves, there's Julio Caesar, Peter Ronjak, there's the damage, Ross Jackson there as well. There's, how about Lars Van Schaik? How about that 33 car? I know many give really a lot of flack to the Fitzwater Racing team, but Lars Van Schaik is really doing the best he can, or really the best that driver can do. What a job for this 33 team. They need points like this as well if they want to get themselves locked into the top 30 in owners points here. And off of turn 4, you see Corey Williams helping out the leaders here, really helping his teammate Jeffrey White out a tad, and John Art, though, in the race lead. Ian Dutta sits 2nd. Tim Fiegel looking for 3rd. Dutta down to the bottom, uses the middle groove this time around to see if he can find something on that inside line. Diego Yepes, huge momentum off the corner. Just expect the exit speeds to be huge off of turn 2 and 4 for those on the outside line. There seems to be just a lot more grip and rubber up there, so Diego Yepes now flings it right behind John Art here with only a handful of laps to go. These drivers are getting crazy and antsy within the final few laps of this race. Tensions are gonna be high, as well as the desperation to get yourself in prime position for the win, because right now John Hart is having to fend off a herd of race cars all right behind this flex tape machine. Oh, look at Yep as though he's really reeled in John Hart. Here they come towards lap traffic. Carter Friesen not knowing where to go. That's going to hold up John Hart. And here comes Diego Yepes reeling his way towards the top spot. Oh, and Cody Lamas runs over Carter Friesen. That's finally for Cody Lamas there. He certainly hit the rear end of some car there. I'm certainly not the way Cody Lamas really wanted to go out like that. But more or less though, up front Diego Yepes now leads the way. Alex Benyacko stuck on the inside line. Tim Fiegel in second now, trying to put the pressure on the youngster there, the Venezuelan, doing so good right now, and only with a handful of laps to go. Can he pull the upset here as they come towards the line? Lap number 40 is going to begin as we're reaching near the 10 lap to go mark. It will be 10 laps to go once they cross the start finish line out of turn 4 this time around. Diego Yepes though single file within the top 3 here. A lot of new names marching their way forward, certainly looking to end the CM Racing and AFRT grass. I don't think they really want to see dominance in the series. They want diversity, and right now look at this top 3. Really, despite the Allen Family Racing car in second, a lot of new names in contention for the win. Off of turn 4, Fiegel with a full head of steam goes down to the bottom. Diego Yepes unable to defend. 10 laps to go this time around. Diego Yepes trying to pull something up for Hydro Racing. Into turn 1, Fiegel sends it in deep into the corner. Does he have the momentum off? He's going to get it this time around. Diego Yepes though looking to fight back, has the outside line run side by side for the race lead. 4 wide right behind them there. Look at Justin Johnson again marching his way forward there. And how about Lars Van Schaik back there in that 33 car? Fiegel has the momentum up the corner, clears Diego Yepes. PJ Williams down to the bottom of the racetrack, still 4 wide, flocking their way forward, but the battle for the lead is raging on between cars 42 and 43. Yepes pushing the ever-living crud out of that 43 car to turn 1. William Brock sends it all the way down the inside, trying to get the proper arc, and Diego Yepes gets the momentum off the corner. Here comes Brandon Crest up to the top side there. It's a matter of who's going to help you out. In order to win this race, you're going to need some partners if you want to have a prime shot at this win. Diego Yepes all the way down to the bottom. John Hart up top. Brandon Cresta with a full head of steam off of turn 4. Look at that run the Roush Performance car's got. There you see Brandon Cresta on the outside groove. John Hart down on the middle of the racetrack, really down on the outside line. PJ Williams into turn 1. Art on the back bumper, the 43 car. Fiegel's now under pressure as the rest of the lead pack is trying to find their way, to claw their way past drivers to and fro to get some crucial points here at the moment. But there you see Cal Farrell, don't count him out on the outside groove. Noah Hart's willing to follow alongside. John Hart's got an issue in the 1 car. He's coming down pit lane. It looks like he might not have enough gas, either that or some kind of tire issue on the 1 car, and Art's shot at a win is going to go down in smoke unless a caution comes out. But here comes Diego Yepes back at it again. Crest is going for the race lead. He wants to have a good shot at this. A lot of drivers that didn't expect to get their first win or really have an opportunity to go for their first win are in prime position, because this could be the only time we could see them near a prime spot like this. And Diego Yepes and Brandon Cresta are probably creaming themselves right now, because only with 7 laps to go, they've got a hold off a hound of hungry veterans and fellow rookies alike. And Diego Yepes is going to try and be the top guy to do it here. With only 5-6 laps to go this time around. Fiegel back down towards the bottom. Justin Johnson has worked his way into the top 10 in car number 63. A lot of big stories coming out of this one if they finish like that, because it's certainly going to weaken. They're certainly not going to want to forget. Cal Farrell up top, you see there. Chris Dodd getting challenged in the back by Scott Roush and Sean Perkins. Corey Williams down the bottom getting challenged by Stratus DePire here. And really this track already proving to be a little bit of an evenizer, really a balancing track for these drivers. So I think a lot of new teams might really want this track for next year. We'll have to wait and see here. 5 laps to go this time around. Diego Yepes now still remaining in the lead. Dutta now trying to put the pressure. Cal Farrell up to third. He's flying his way through there. The 31 car has come to life. Off of turn 2, Anthony Marchese on the outside line goes down to the bottom, looking to help Farrell out a little bit. Decided not to face him out. Here comes Williams down at the bottom. Cresta down at the bottom. Here comes Chris Don, full head of steam, gets around Justin Johnson. Johnson a little bit loose off the corner, pushed up the racetrack, and Nicholas Guerrero's wanting to hound in on the picture, trying to also make his way towards that top 10 arena. 4 laps to go this time around. Anthony Marchese now looking down on the bottom. Yepes stays on the top side nose. His spotter telling him just to stay up there. There's just so much grip there. He might as well just try and fend off Ian Dutta. Dutta, full head of steam, trying to put the pressure on Yepes again. Yepes stays up top, puts the defensive line on, and here comes Ian Dutta on the inside. Couldn't get there, Cresta. And there you see Figo also in the mix as well. Edward Ziema's quietly made his way back into the top 10. How about that for car number 17? 3 laps to go. Diego Yepes. Can you believe it? For this number 17, if they can pull it off, it certainly will be a race he's not going to want to forget as well. Imagine winning your first race for Hydro Racing and really giving Ford an opportunity at fighting their way into the championship early on this season. Baby steps are made for Hydro Racing. They couldn't really find the success so far, but right now they have found the goal with Diego Yepes. With that hybrid schedule he's having, Cal Farrell, great run off of turn 4, sits behind in third, willing to set Ian Dutta up for second. Here they come though, towards lap traffic. Carter Friesen, which way is he gonna go? Left, right, stays in the middle. That's gonna hold Yepes up a little bit here, because here comes Ian Dutta up top, but it actually is gonna really hurt Cal Farrell in that 31 car, because here comes the rest of the field roaring on by on the outside. And that's going to cause a huge breakaway here with 2 laps to go. And I think that's going to knock them out of contention for the time being, because it's now a 4-car breakaway, more or less a 2-car breakaway here. Off of turn number 4, the white flag's going to fly. 1 more lap to go for Diego Yepes. Can he hold off Ian Dutta? Dutta down on the inside line. Can he send it in the corner on Diego Yepes, or will he not be able to in time? Into turn 1 he goes. Dutta tried, couldn't get there. Diego Yepes trying to run away from the race lead. Off of turn 2, Diego Yepes, huge gap right in front of him and right behind him. No challenges necessary, and Hydro Racing struggled last year. So far so good with this 17, because off of turn number 4, Diego Yepes pulls the upset, and he's going to win at Auto Club. What a showing for the number 7 team, and Diego Yepes has pulled it off. First career win for the Venezuelan, and Diego Yepes is certainly going to be very ecstatic after this one. Huge win for the 7 team, and it's gonna be a worthwhile one for the Hydro Racing team here. I don't think many expected this team to be as good as they were in this race, but they really found it here with Diego Yepes' prime position pit strategy played into their hands. And look what happened at the end, because track position was so key, and Diego Yepes certainly was the one to find out. A lot of other drivers that had in that first cycle of stops before the caution that came out, and that's certainly going to be a race for some of those drivers. Good point stays for drivers like Cal Farrell. How about that? P5, Brandon Cresta, P8, but looking at the rest of our top 10, Ian Dutta second, Fiegel third, Perkins fourth, Farrell, we mentioned him in fifth, Edward Ziemba sixth, Jeffrey White finishing seventh. As we mentioned, Brandon Cresta, splendid run 8th, Noah Hart 9th, and Anthony Marchese rounding out your top 10. You know, I'm a little bit off here today, so I do apologize. Haven't been the best I've been a little bit under the weather, not sick. I don't have corona, so there's that. But more or less, though, thank you all for listening in here. And congratulations to Diego Yepes, and for a team like that, that is a huge confidence booster coming into the future of 2020.